So this is a particle tutorial in Polygon.js where you're going to learn how to make this effect. And even if you're discovering Polygon.js, it still is a very good starting point because you're going to learn how to create geometries, apply attributes, apply materials, and as well as creating rules for particles. So let's get started. So here's what you see when you start a scene in Polygon.js. All you have is just a simple sphere. And we want to work on the particle in here, so I'm just simply going to delete that. I'm going to create a text node and I'm going to translate it so it's a little more centered. That's probably right. And I'm going to create the points I want to emit from, and the scatter node is very good for that. It just creates many points, and I probably want a little more until I recognize the shape of the text. That's probably right, be a few more. And now I can just create the particle system. And as I play, nothing happens. And that's because we still need to define the rules inside this particle system. So we can just go inside this, and you can see that we have our position, velocity, acceleration, and current frame as inputs, and we have our output, which is also position, velocity, and acceleration. In that case, we're mostly going to work with the position. So I'm just going to add a simple add node. So we can add a value to the position on every frame. And in that case, I'm just going to add it to the y-axis. And now when I play, you can see that the particles do go up all the time. And that's going to be a little bland. And one way we can spice things up is by adding some variation to it. And in that case, we're going to use what the scatter node gives us. And if we look at the attributes that are in the scatter node, you can see that there is position normal, but there is also the ID attribute. And if we look at the spreadsheet, we can see the different values. If I select none, you can see the ID is just the same as a point number. So in that case, the way to read that from the particle system is just to create an attribute. I just rename the node to make it clearer, but I declare the attribute ID here, and I'm going to have a random value based on that. So create the random node. The random node takes a vec2, so I want float to vec2 to convert to that. And then the output of random is a float, so I want to convert my float to a vector3, which I will give to the y-axis. And now we just want to make sure that the x and c are at 0. And now you can see that each point is going to go up at a different rate. So that's really all you need to know for the particle system. And so now we're just going to work on the next video on how to create a nice material, so this is a bit more pleasant to work with.